Hello, Assalamualaikum. You are now watching IR News with me, Juwita Dujari. The national security can be defined as a survival of a country will be maintained if it is concerned with national security through the issue of economic power, diplomacy, power projection, and political power. This concept was first developed in the United States after World War II. Initially, focused on military strength, now covers various aspects, all of which rely on non-military or economic security of the country and the values that are supported by the national society. The dispute began with the partition of the Indian subcontinent that occurred in 1947. The British planned to separate the Indian territory, which made up the majority of Muslims, to form Pakistan, while the Hindu majority region formed the Indian state. But the situation in Kashmir is unique because even though the majority of the population is Muslim, the area is ruled by Hindu authorities. Kashmir is a dispute zone with neighboring countries such as India, Pakistan and China. It is the northernmost geographical region of the Indian subcontinent. Until the middle of 19th century, Kashmir referred only to the Kashmir Valley located between the Himalayas and Pir Panjal Range. Today, Kashmir usually refers to the largest area, including the Indian-dominated Jammu and Kashmir state, the Azad Kashmir and Gilgit-Baltistan region controlled by Pakistan, and the Aksai Chin region and China-dominated Trans-Karakoram. So there is Sofia Najiha, who is broadcasting live on the Kashmir border to further discuss about the Kashmir issues.
Thank you, Juwita, at the studio. Now I'm at the Kashmir, the place where more crises that was happened. There are several issues existing in the Kashmir between the India and the Pakistan. The issue is the difference of religions. After the Second World War ended, the British faced an economic crisis that was unable to defend its colonies abroad, including India. The situation forced the British government to grant independent government to India. Then, on June 3, 1947, after the Muslim League under the leadership of Muhammad Ali Jinnah urged the British to bring an Islamic state separate from India. The British government announced its agreement to divide India into two independent states, namely India and Pakistan. Pakistan itself consists of two different regions, namely West Pakistan and East Pakistan, which East Pakistan is now the territory of Bangladesh. The transfer of government from the British to India and Pakistan was carried out on August 15, 1947. At present, there is a massive wave of immigration, which is a lot of Muslims leaving India and immigration to Pakistan. Hindus also left Pakistan and immigrated to India. About 1 million people are victims of religious conflicts. After Pakistan and India became separate countries, conflict after conflict often occurs until now. The other issue is the seizure of the Kashmir region. After the British left India in 1947, Kashmir became a rivalry between India and Pakistan. However, a minority of Muslims in Kashmir chose to join the Pakistani populations. But at that time, Hari Singh, the Hindu emperor of Kashmir, didn't know whether to join India or Pakistan. This attitude made the Kashmir Muslims feel angry and protest against Hari Singh that they were held by Pakistan until the Hari Singh felt threatened. Seeing his threatened situation, Hari Singh asked for India's help. Indian Prime Minister Jawaharlal Nehru is willing to help but provided there is a guarantee that Kashmir will join India. Hari Singh agreed and signed a coalition of Kashmir territory with India on October 26, 1947. The revoke of special autonomy status is the other issue that was occurred at the Kashmir. On August 5, 2019, the Indian Parliament abolished Article 370 of the Indian Constitution. At the same time, they revoked the special autonomy status granted under the Indian administrations. Kashmir has been divided into two sections, one under the Pakistan administration and one autonomy under the Indian administration. With the abolition of this autonomy status, Kashmir with the majority of Muslims will become one state under the larger Indian state. Therefore, because of autonomy in Kashmir, a citizen from other states cannot buy property in Jammu and Kashmir. So today, Kashmir as 100% autonomous state under the New Delhi applies all the rule as well as economic affairs and so on. The Indian action was strongly opposed by the people of Kashmir and Pakistan, and even China at the border with Kashmir also opposed this Indian action. Not only that, this Indian action was also opposed by the international community, including the United Nations. So, the impact of the situation is causing the fate and the future of the people of Kashmir to be affected because they no longer have the status of autonomy that they have enjoyed it all this time. Alright, that's all from me. Back to the studio.
Thank you, Safwana Jiha. Next, I would like to ask PTT representative for their opinion on this issue. Ms. Ezrin Shafika and Ms. Natasha Lia, what is actually happened in Kashmir?
Thank you very much. Well, the Battle of Kashmir dates back in 1947. So even though after India and Pakistan had formed into their own countries, there was still an issue of having hundreds of states that were within these two countries were led by monarchs. However, these states could decide whether they wanted to be apart from, or they could also choose to stay by themselves, or they would make the decision by having the people vote. Many of these monarchs wanted to stay independent, but they had to stick with the decisions of the people and go with what they wanted. India and Pakistan ended up going to war over Kashmir. However, this was only their first time. After India went to United Nations for help, they had decided to leave the people of Kashmir to vote for their own. The theory of realism has been found in this event as there were selfishness among them. However, realism considers security as a major priority, and for India, if they were to claim Kashmir, it would be very resourceful security-wise for them against China and also Pakistan. As far as realism goes in the Battle of Kashmir, power is shown by India by the fact that after getting its independence, many states choose to join them. Through the examples of the Battle of Kashmir and the partition of India and the riots during the time, the realism theory had helped me to understand that the relationship between India and Pakistan throughout the years. Using the partition of India, realism was shown through the leader of the Muslim League, Jinnah, because he wanted to separate from the loose Indian government and have more power for his own Muslim people. During this movement, about 1 to 2 million people had died and about 15 million people had to relocate their homes. However, the Battle of Kashmir showed that the realism perspective through the many ways Kashmir would have brought security and money and also power into the countries. So India showed that their realist views by doing whatever was needed to gain their power by supporting the crisis, even though they had their own intentions in mind. Okay, so that's all for me, and we can now proceed with my partner, Miss Leah.
Thank you, Miss Erin. Okay, I would like to elaborate about the party involved in this issue. Issue of the Kashmir have already came after the British conquest had ended in this Kashmir and continue until now without any settlements, and also negotiation have been made between of the party that involved in this issue, which is the India. The first is India, second is the Pakistan, third was China. In the past, the United Nations have been intervened in this matter by declaring of the gift of the freedom to the Kashmir. Either they want to be under of the government India, or they want to be under of the government Pakistan. However, until now they doesn't make any movement and no decision about it. Around 2019, the Pakistan had wrote a letter to the United Nations Union to intervene when the India abolished the anatomy powers that granted to the Jammu and also the Kashmir. Pakistan had also said the India action had violates the government charter, Security Council resolution, international law, and country-owned commitment. From this situation, what we can see that the most involving party in this matter is United Nations.
Thank you to the PTD representative just now. Here is some of interview report made by our reporter with the Kashmir citizen and Indian citizen.
My opinion, as a citizen of Kashmir, India, I think that there must be a dialogue on normalization of relations. So, it can improve the relations between India and Pakistan, and it will eventually lead to greater contacts among Kashmiris across the line of control LOC. Both sides should permit a wider array of contacts and desist from anything that would disrupt future dialogue. Next, a regular exchanges between the citizens from India and Pakistan will create a better understanding and goodwill. It is sometimes amazing to find how little the citizens know about each other's countries and their socio-cultural environments, despite the often repeated claims of having lived side by side for 1,000 years. Recent initiatives such as the frequent discussions and exchanges of visits between parliamentarians and politicians from both of the federal and regional parliaments are moves in the right direction and need to be sustained. The agreement for a liberalized visa regime is also a positive development if implemented in a positive spirit.
As a citizen of Pakistan, I would like to suggest that Pakistan and India should have discussion to settle down the conflict. Both countries need to do more to open up discussion at home about normalization in India. Parliamentary debate should be sustained outside time of a crisis, and both sides ought to do more to expand the economic and social benefit to peacemaking. India will have recognized of the usefulness of the greater international role in supporting any peace and making progress to improve life in India. Pakistan will need to follow through on its repeated pledge to end existing extremists who resort to violence in India to halve infill measure across the line control. Other suggestion is use the international committee. International committee will involve a conflict situation as an independent outsider or mediator. A mediator first need to learn and position of various sides and then encourage communication and bridge building. To this end, the conflict must have reached a certain level of maturity.
That's all for tonight. Friendly reminder from us IR News, please stay at home, stay safe. Bye-bye.